Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new edition of the VR Talk Show podcast. As always, your host, AgentReaperVR. And today's topic, we're going to be discussing about the furry community. So, as you can see, we have a few furries and a brony. So, we have Soldier on the left, looking like Simba as a lawyer. Passion as the bratty baddie.
I mean,
Jackie,
technically, I guess, if you want to stretch it a little bit, yeah, technically,
femboy, catboy.
Yes.
the fucking brony, Penny.
Yeah, fuck the bronies.
Blocking my camera. Thank you, Penny. They're just upset because I keep on attaching them to the one person who dresses as this huge, like this very thick horse that shows up at conventions. I keep on tagging them in it. I think you know the one I'm talking about too.
I
don't. You'll have to show me. The Soldier does, apparently.
And
I'd like to pull it up right now.
And then the BBC, Nord. And he's eating some chicken wings.
Garlic palm wings.
I don't think you mean BBC. I think you mean BBD.
No.
No, it's the BBC. It's the baked bean chair.
Yeah, baked bean chair. If you look at it, it's baked beans for texture.
See, there's a poster in the back behind the camera that says bean chair.
Yeah, there is.
Well, let's literally go mean BBD as Big Bad Dragon.
No.
Also,
Yes, it comes with a fart button. It comes with a secret fart button.
Half the lore of this podcast is just introducing people to the BBC.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
pretty much.
That's the whole reason why I started the podcast, because of this BBC.
Agent, you need to clip that and put it in out of context.
We're already like, I forget what episode this is going to be, 10 or 11. We're already that far deep into it.
Oh no, it's 11, I think.
Give me one sec here.
So anyway, what topic?
So
Yeah, we're on episode 10.
no,
Well,
this
we
would be
recorded
11.
episode 10. It hasn't been released yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
11
11.
next.
This is 11. Since
Thank you, people outside Jackie's house.
Jesus, Jackie, are you like?
Yes.
Huh? Is there something going on?
I mean,
We can hear the traffic outside
I know
your
you
room.
like to purr, but goddamn, I didn't know you purred like a V8.
I know,
Oh.
goddamn.
Not even that much traffic going on out.
And you don't even have your toy plugged in.
Oh
Hey,
my.
We don't talk about that sort of thing.
That was hilarious. That was hilarious in my opinion.
For some of us,
we're
it was
not-
hilarious.
Being
Well,
being in a
we-
Discord call and hearing what was going on was hilarious. And I'm there. I'm trying to focus on my game, and I'm hearing Jackie here.
I was doing wholesome breathing. Wholesome breathing. I was meditating.
Wait, do you say breathing or breeding?
I think it was the latter, honey.
I thought we were talking about
Goodbye,
furries, not-
monetization.
I thought we were talking about
Goodbye,
furries and not
monetization.
what we did last night.
Last night, oh
Last
my.
night.
Was it last night?
It wasn't last
I don't
night.
remember. I blocked it from my memory.
Oh boy. Okay.
It
Moving,
was last night.
moving on.
This is the right one. Anyway, yeah, go ahead.
All right. So since Penny has the memory of a goldfish, we're discussing about the furry community. Excuse me. So, I hope you watch this later and you see what I'm doing. Anyway.
So, furries.
So the furry community makes up a good portion of the people who make up VRChat. As you can see, they can be different. They can be a lion, dog, wolf, dragons, bronies. Would bronies fall under?
Dragons are.
Would bronies fall under?
Dragons are like scalies.
furries?
Technically, you're describing species, not category.
This is true.
So technically, I wouldn't be brony, I'd be pony or horse.
Or
Well, you always say pony.
I mean,
Whenever anyone calls you a horse, you always say it's a pony.
No, I have to stay true to my character. You know, just like we keep calling you a Vista, but we all know you're an XP.
I just felt that. I felt Agent die inside.
Where's that knife?
No,
Where's that
he
knife?
didn't die. It was
Where's
a
that knife so I
system
can
crash.
stab you in the back? Where's that knife? I got rid of
God.
it. Damn it. Okay, so
If this episode never comes out, you'll know why. It's because he keeps getting taken down.
well, it'll always be on Spotify. So
Yes, the Wild West of podcasts.
anyway,
Pretty much.
so the furry community makes up a good portion of VRChat. As you can see, we do have a few people who fall underneath that category. In my opinion, the furry community can be split into two groups. Ones that are friendly, and the others that can be horny.
Yeah, don't
Furries
forget
being
about the few
horny?
that
No
can
way.
be toxic.
That group I haven't ran into
toxic.
I've ran
Soldier-
into them.
To be honest with you,
Why don't you talk about
humans,
that?
everyone can be toxic. Humans are furries, bronies, Trekkies, Hoovians, Vistas.
Yeah.
yet. Ponies.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
like
true.
some people.
Let's not
have
get into the Star
met-
Wars, Star Trek fight. Those two dudes go at it.
Yeah, let's not get into that stuff. Like, say, with furries, you may have seen some people that are nice, friendly, some people that are just degenerates, and then some people that are just toxic, rude, and all that other stuff. But continue what you were saying, Reaper.
So for the past 2 weeks, I've been hanging out with a friend, and they're a furry, and their friend group is a bunch of furries. So I didn't want to make people feel uncomfortable, so I found a furry skin and just blended in. Because they'll never know that I'm
Killed
not
a furry and wore their
Did ya?
skin.
You're a skinwalker.
Passion!
Hey, they'll never know.
Pete's sakes.
They'll never know. They'll never know that I'm not an actual furry. They'll never know.
oh,
Well, I mean,
Jesus.
you are a Reaper, so.
I just almost knocked over
Tonight.
all my cock.
Tonight on
Can you
Agent
please
Reaper
say
Undercover.
Because it sounds like you're saying cock.
That's
You
your
have to
fault.
bleep ya.
My pronunciation of the word cock is perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's your fault, Reaper. You don't speak. You don't
I'm
speak
pretty
the-
sure
you don't
you're
speak the
just
King's
doing this
English.
on
Come
purpose because you know that we're gonna call you out on this.
No. Hey, you guys keep
Oh my god.
But yeah, so the group that we were with was very nice. They were very friendly. Most of them just got into a group and did a cuddle puddle. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Some of them are mirror-dwelling cuddle piles.
Yes.
Yeah, there
most
was a
of them
mirror
are.
there too. So, yeah, mirror dwellers do end up in the furry community as well. Ugh. So anyway, yeah. So there's a lot of them that are just friendly and wholesome, while others are horny. And there was one that was like very drunk, and
Oh no, one of those ones.
oh yeah, they were very drunk. Like they kept calling everyone, "You're a bottom. You're a bottom," even though you are already.
No, I'm not.
By the way, was there?
I
Was
wasn't
their name,
even
did their name
pointing to
happen
you,
be
Jackie.
Jackie Lovin. I was about to say.
Ignore me.
Well, when you said that,
Jackie does that without being
Agent,
drunk.
that really
No,
made me
really.
think of one of my friends I'm actually friends with. You may have ran into them there. First name, Nighty.
No, they ran into them.
Okay, then moving on.
I think my first ever experience of coming onto VR, I was just surrounded by furries. Now it's just in the homeworld area.
You're
Like, you don't
surrounded
have
by
to go into a
furries in
specific-
your home world?
No, like in the public worlds, the like generic black cat bar.
Yeah.
They're everywhere there.
Oh,
Like you never have to go far to find one.
No,
Yeah,
at least
I'd
every.
say there's probably like. I'd say there's more furries than like e-boys and e-girls and everything.
Oh, I
You're
say
not
there's a
wrong.
mix. I think there's like a fusion of the two because there's a bunch of e-boy, e-girl furries who have
Okay.
cat ears, like my avatar.
They're coming. They're, coming, for you, Jackie. You better start running.
They know what you did.
They know nothing.
FBI, open up!
No,
okay, well,
it's
to
my catnip.
explain,
Go ahead, soldier.
Yes.
to explain things, 35 to 40% of VRChat are furries. The rest are basically our Quest users that are just children, anime weeaboos, and e-boy, e-girls, and just cosplayers and whatnot.
Sounds right to me.
All right, so, soldier, since you are,
Good gracious.
you're pretty late on that one. So, soldier,
Well, I
since
was letting other people talk.
since you are a furry, are there any like conventions that VRChat does for furries?
Well, there are a very few furry meetups here and there. Like, you'll get to see music bands like Whisper, When Snakes Sing, and all that. But there's always the one that always happens around the first to second week of June, which is Furality. That's the whole main big one.
Is that like the biggest convention in all of VRChat for furries?
Yeah, that's mostly the main
I think it's the biggest
big
conjunct.
one.
I think it's the biggest convention in VRChat. Period. Actually. As a matter of
Mostly,
fact,
it's
it's
usually
even bigger than VRCon. I think it is bigger than VRCon actually.
I can even explain some things about Furality. If you want me to go into that to a point.
Yeah, like what goes on to it. Like, explain to us what goes on in Furality for those of us who've never been there.
Which is
Okay,
totally
well-
not our sponsor.
Nor their donators or anything. But, okay. Furality. Furality is a safe haven convention for furries in VR to meet up, hang out, and just be typical furries. Which, it's mostly the main convention that happens here in VRChat. Which basically, yes, furries do round up to 35 to 40% of furries. But like, so say this recent one that we've been to, which was my first virality. There were 2,692 people that attended it, and $846.93 were raised for donations of their selected group this year.
What was their group?
The group this year was the LGBTQ plus community of basically, I think it was California or New York. Basically, it was donations to them to give them charity reasons to help people understand the LGBTQ plus community and give teachers and everything so people can understand it better, which was the donations this year. Now, last year was to save a fox, which is basically fox fundings for endangered species and whatnot.
And both are good causes too.
Yeah. Most of them are usually all good causes. Like I say, in total, this year's made it its 6th anniversary of virality. 5th or 6th, I can't remember fully.
Damn, so it's been around almost as long as VRChat.
Wow.
About, yeah.
Almost. I think VRChat started in 2017. Somewhere around there.
I think it might have started in 2016. Maybe actually before that. Because I know.
Well, I think there was.
Because then VR wasn't a thing until like after 2015.
VRChat was made January 16th of 2014, which was first originally made for Microsoft Windows and Oculus Rift.
Yeah,
now,
it was that was like the very early kind of version of VRChat where everything was like really. It wasn't like what it is today. It was all the IK and avatars and everything.
Now, Virality, which in full is Virality Online Experience, which takes place in VRChat, first originally released back on May 2020. So yeah, even though there was 3 years of it in the making, there's been a total of 5 conventions about.
Okay.
I need to just say,
and actually,
virality
go
sounds
ahead,
like
Jackie.
Fatality from Mortal Kombat. I keep thinking that.
Yes, it kind of got that to a point, but besides
there is
that,
a virality thing in Mortal Kombat too.
Is there?
well, that's only if you do the modded.
No. From what I saw, it's actually in the game. Like legit in the game.
Is a thing? Okay. Huh.
I remember recently you took
But
us
I think they changed
to.
it. I think they changed the name to Beastality though.
Oh, that sounds so much
Oh
worse.
god, that's worse.
That sounds worse.
Like Liu Kang would turn into a dragon and bite their head off or something, if I remember
That's
correctly.
not bestiality.
No, that's
Apparently,
that's
there's
just
no
nature.
mention of fertility or anything like that for Mortal
Well, I believe it was
Kombat.
called Beastality.
No, you
Either way,
no one will use
Mortal
that
Kombat,
because
you done fucked up.
when I hear that, I'm thinking of that recent clip of what was it, Baldur's Gate 3, of the scene of the vampire and the druid. Has anyone seen that yet?
Oh my god. Yeah, I see.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen it, but I know what it's of.
Yeah,
I
and
could talk about Baldur's Gate 3 for hours.
Yeah, there is a beastality in Mortal Kombat, actually. Okay. That was only introduced in Mortal Kombat 3, and was quickly removed due to it being directed to something else.
I wonder
Yeah,
what the problem could have been.
Yeah, if you pronounce it a different way, that's a whole different fucking story, because I just typed out the name you said. Literally, it gave me websites that were so innuendo.
Whose
I mean, I remember
regret
recently.
source is that?
I remember recently, Soldier, you actually like took us to the Ferality world and were showing us around a little bit.
Okay,
Wasn't that long
that
ago.
world was basically the Ferality, dealer's den, which basically the dealer's den
Dealer's
group
den.
is basically people that make their own little tent dens that shows off their stuff, like avatar creators of base models, world creators, retextures, merchandise, singers, and all that other stuff.
Like any other convention.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but basically with Ferality, basically specifically furries.
Mm-hmm. So, if Agent doesn't have a next thing lined up ready to talk about, now I have very little insight I have on this. I guess I could pour into the podcast right now. So like obviously, as evident by the people around me who are all my friends, like I would be a bit of a hypocrite if I didn't like furries. I mean, I don't necessarily identify as a furry, but I have many friends who are furries, and I have nothing against the furries. I think furries get a very bad rap.
Thanks to
But-
certain individuals.
And
Yes.
also an animation series called Furry Force 5.
Oh,
Or whatever it's called.
Oh,
Name
God.
ever again.
I hate you.
We did not
I
say
hate you for posting that on the
Again.
Discord page.
Have you seen the?
Oh,
Speaking of furry
Yes, I-
animation, have you seen the Warhammer one? Warhammer versus furries.
nope,
No.
nope.
No, you
We are
haven't
not
seen
talking that. I am going to whack both of you with a frying pan if I have to. I will go Looney Tunes on both of you.
I guess my thing is like I just have a hard time connecting with the furry community because I don't necessarily get the appeal. And
Okay.
I mean, I got nothing against them. I don't see what makes this community in particular so attractive to everyone.
So basically,
Understandable
your question
sentiment.
is. So basically, your question is, why?
Why are you a furry?
furries?
Why
furry, but
furries?
make-
Why animals? Like,
Okay.
what about it is appealing?
I mean, I suppose the same
What
question could be
appeals
said.
to
Why do
furries?
why
Like,
do
go ahead,
people
Danny.
cosplay? Why do people cosplay as characters? Why do people dress up as their OCs if they can afford, the outfit?
And see, with that penny, I would point to, okay, if they're cosplaying like a character, yes, that character has, individual traits and maybe lore behind it or whatever that somebody can relate to. I get that. But with animals, they're animals. They don't have personalities. They don't, they're animals.
Actually, you'd be
so
surprised
I just don't.
on that.
Yeah,
I
some
have no
some
idea.
animals do have personality.
Yeah.
Anyway,
ahead,
go ahead.
Soldier.
Okay. What makes a furry? And what's the appeal to it and everything? That is a
Mhm.
very good question, Passion, which I do thank Penny for giving a somewhat gist of it. Of basically, us furries are basically like cosplayers to a point. But basically, we dress up as OCs, which are our original characters. Like, early days, you had Sonic fan-base characters and
Oh, no.
other stuff like that.
Oh God. The
Well,
Sonic fan base. Oh God.
that's just an example. Relax.
I know. I'm just having war flashbacks of the Sonic fanboys.
I know.
I can only
continue.
think of one specific animation. Oh dear.
Okay, let's not go into that or anything. But anyway, why do we dress up as furries and everything? Basically, we're a different version, somewhat, to the LGBTQ community. Basically, dressing up as furries helps us express who we are and what we like to do to a point. That's somewhat of the appeal. Now, the other appeal. Some people like those furry characters. Like, back in Disney, of old Disney, you have Robin Hood, which was the furry version. You had Space Jam with Looney Tunes and everything. You had all that stuff.
Bunny.
Jackie, behave.
It's not
Yes,
me
Penny.
who did it, Soldier. It was the Space Jam people. They made load of bunny look like that.
And then they nerfed her
also-
in the reboot.
Is it also the
Penny.
fact that it adds? Is it also the fact that it also adds a little bit of a? I want to use the word protection, but like emotional, like you know, like how can I put this?
Like an emotional
Let's say, for
barrier.
example,
Like a blanket.
yeah, I'd say agents is more on the line, but
Blanket,
yeah, an
yeah.
emotional blanket.
Well,
So-
it's
so-
somewhat.
It's
Oh,
like it's,
go ahead,
it's like the
Passion.
same when it's. Go ahead, Passion.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, it's a way. Would you say that it helps, like, that maybe distancing yourself from your humanity is a portion of the appeal as well? Like you by not seeing yourself as human and seeing yourself as more like an animal, that provides some kind of part of the appeal to it.
A little
Well-
bit for some. A little bit
Okay.
for some.
Which Nord is right. To a point, yes. To a point, no. It depends on your level in the furry stuff that you want to get into. If you want to stay on fantasy side, then yes, it's to hide away the reality of things and acting human and all that. But if you're realistic with it, basically, you're just saying, oh, I'm just wearing a fursuit just to express who I am and what I like to do, but I know I'm still human on the inside of this fursuit and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you want to be something. You want to be something else, but so that's why you wear the outer layer. But on the inside, you're still human. And let's face it, being human, it's rubbish. It's shit. Am I allowed to swear?
I don't fucking care. You can
Really? You're
say
just
shit.
now asking that? Are you
Okay,
just
This
now
is
asking
that,
Christian
Penny?
channel.
Being
After 11
human
goddamn
is
episodes, you're
shit.
just asking that?
I'm British. I'm polite. Anyway, but being human is
Bollocks we
shit. So
are.
sometimes people, you know, want to try and be something different. And to be honest with you, furries are a lot cuter and, you know, fluffier than you know, humans are.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate that I'm not against any of it. I just have a hard time understanding it. I guess is the point.
Passion here trying to
Well-
not get cancelled.
Well,
No,
like
I
say-
seriously.
Well, like say, Passion, I know you're not a anti-furry or furry phobic or anything like that, for example. You're
Mhm.
just trying to understand things,
Mhm.
which some
You're
people that
curious,
don't
basically.
get that. Yeah, curiosity gets the best of us, and we all have questions on things. But basically, back to what I was saying. Yes, sometimes fursuits, all that, Penny is right. Sometimes human life can be shit and everything. So that's why we dress up as furries. It's the same thing like cosplayers and everything. Just basically expressing what we like and what we do and all that. But
See, I
some
can,
of
I can
us
understand that and get
furries-
behind that.
Mhm. But some of us furries, we do it for a purpose as well. Because some of us actually care about others. Like, you know how some people, there's that, children's hospital for people that have cancer and whatnot?
Yeah.
Some of us
Mhm.
furries go there and try to cheer up the kids and everything by being our fursuits and give them happiness and everything, which 99% of the time works. Hell, we do it with emotional support dogs as well to train them and help everything, and all that other stuff.
Hmm.
We don't act like true animals. We just do it to show, sometimes we're not so different, but we are expressing ourselves just to show that it's not so scary or anything to express yourself.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
And some of us furries, like, say, have our own reasonings on it. Like, there's a few people out there that do it because they think it's fun. Some people do it just because they want to go to the events and everything and try to be a helping hand with some of the things people do. And there's just the people that don't give a care in the world and do it for the fun of it. But, Penny, you had your hand up?
Oh no, I was just gonna say it's part of the way you've described it is sort of similar to how femboys are. They don't 100% like being fully male, so they become a bit more feminine through clothing and through personality. You know, put on that extra layer, but instead of having it as a suit, it's through personality and stockings and. Jackie, what else do you wear?
I was gonna say, why do I feel like I'm being targeted with this?
You're here.
What do you mean?
I mean,
No,
okay,
it
so
is-
You're the only femboy
But
here.
it's an actual
I'm on board with
legitimate
all
thing.
of that. I'm on board with all of that. Makes a lot more sense. Although you will have to admit that there are, and it's probably a minority, more than likely, but there are some in the furry community who definitely do take it as, oh, I'm not a person, I'm an animal. And
which
those, I'm
that's where
guessing
you
those are
look
probably
at
the
the-
outliers. And
The passion.
yeah.
It's the same with humanity. Oh, I'm not a person. I'm incredibly entitled and think I'm better than you.
I mean, it's not just
Not
it's just
wrong.
like any group you can talk about has those outliers out there that just take it over the
Yeah,
level.
that's
It's not-
true.
It's not
To a
something
point-
that's uncommon.
To a point, it's the outliers, but to another point, it's people that want to live in Fantasyland just to get away from humanity. Like some people playing video games. They, instead of just having fun, they do it as a thing to get away from things, like we do
They try to immerse
with
themselves.
VRChat and a few other stuff. Yeah,
It's
some people take it
like
too
with any of
hard
those.
and immerse.
It's
Well,
it's
just
like
with any of those,
passion.
that can be a slippery slope too. Just like with any of those that you mentioned.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
but anyway,
passion.
you were gonna say Penny?
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, Pennylicious is a creation based on me wanting to escape from or have an escape from IRL. You know, as you know, I used to just text-based roleplay as her on Twitter, and that was my escape. And the character developed over 5 years' time to what it is now. So, you know, this character was created through needing escape, exactly as you were saying, or Soldier was saying.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess I've got my questions answered. It's while animals may not, especially if they're like OCs, they may not have the same level of, backstory or like not backstory, but what's the word I'm looking for? Like they may not have the same. I don't know. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but
Keep trying.
as like a human character, like they may be more like,
Hang on.
I guess you could say,
give it
like-
one more try.
I can English. God damn it, Penny. Oh my god.
Okay, repeat
Hey,
what
you
you were
better
trying to
fucking
say
cut this,
fully,
I
Passion.
swear to God.
Passion, let's just restart and try to go from the beginning of what you were trying to say. And slow it down so you can think what you're trying to say, okay?
Well, like I was saying before, like with human characters that are like pre-established in different franchises and stuff, like they are all kind of fleshed out and very human and relatable, right? With with furries, I mean, I'm seeing the appeal now. I get it, but a lot of it just, I guess you could say it doesn't really necessarily have that human quality, because it is animals. But again, like, that's not to put it down or anything. Like, pretty much all my friends, almost all my friends, are furries, and part of me has kind of always wanted. It's another thing I guess we could talk about too, since I'm completely butchering my segment of the of the podcast here. Well, I was going to lead into one thing that I've kind of felt, having a lot of my friends be furries and me not being, is I typically feel a little excluded, because as you see, like, I mean, yes, I have a couple furry avatars that maybe I'll use occasionally, but mainly I'm in stuff like this.
Passion.
And typically I do.
No offense, I think that's just in your head. You think, oh, everyone else is a furry, meaning I'll be left out. No, just it's a look, you know. It's just a look, you know. It's more socializing and interacting, you know. That's it. Big, you know.
Yeah, like.
Well, I was gonna ask if you know that anybody else has you know experienced that kind of feeling of like it's almost like a clique, almost, where furries could stick with other furries, and I've never necessarily felt excluded by furries, but never really included either.
Well, I will say this. There sometimes people who get into the furry community, it's not that they necessarily click as being a furry at first. They click with a connection to a certain type of animal first. Like, they'll have a favorite animal, and it gets more and more intense as the years go by, and they realize that they might, you know, that's one way that happens. And then there's
because oh, go ahead.
There's several ways it happens, but you know.
I've always had my kind of like my toe kind of one foot in, 1 foot out of the furry community myself. Like, I've had people try to urge me to get into it, and part of me has kind of always wanted to because I know so many furries, but part of it is also a little bit intimidating, because it seems like, I mean, with something like, for example, like Penny would know, like My Little Pony, you can go into My Little Pony, start on season 1, episode 1, get all the way caught up, know all the lore and everything, and through that find all the fan projects and everything. There's really not like a jumping off point like that for furries, from what I can see.
If I can just say, and I was going to say this earlier, the way I try and see things is going back to something original, and I don't know why I've grabbed my hair. The whole thing with, you know, furries and everything, or in people in general, is I just let them be whoever they want to be. Like, there doesn't have to be some sort of overly complicated sort of reasoning or anything. If Soldier, for example, wants to be a bear or a teddy bear or whatever he is.
Lion.
What are you again, Soldier?
He's Simba.
Okay. Let me explain.
Simba, attorney at law.
Yes.
Okay. With
I have half a mind to hear him go slap a table and go, "Objection!"
Oh, like Ace
Let
Attorney.
me go down the list of things. Basically, first things first, with what Passion was saying with Nord saying, I do agree with Nord, but do you remember the term "some people have cat-like reflexes"? Some people take it another step further and basically act like cats. And then sometimes, ba-bing ba-boom, you're into the furry community. And sometimes like that and all these other stuff. And like say, with the whole exclusion thing, I can understand where you're coming from. Some people do get those feelings that, oh, I don't fit into the furry community. Oh, I can never see myself as a furry or anything. And like say, it depends on the group you deal with in that situation. Because some furries, hell, some furries like having a human in the group, which there was a whole skit at Furality in the community showcasing of like a comedy show, which is basically it's one human all in the furry world, and basically they have roommates and everything. I can't remember what the thing is called actually.
Please
I'll
don't
have
tell
to
me it
look
was
this
a
up.
harem anime kind of thing.
Oh God.
It's
tell me it
not.
was that.
It's not a harem anime. It's nothing of that. Basically, it's
Good.
just you got furry roommates, and one of the roommates is just actually a human, and it's the human trying to get comfortable and understand the furry world, basically. But it was all a skit. It's nothing actually true or anything.
Oh yeah.
And basically, besides that, you do have furries that exclude furries only. That are like, they don't want humans, they don't want e-boys, they don't want nekos, like Jackie is with
Yeah,
their
like
femboy with cat ears and
Gatekeeping
tail.
stuff.
Yeah, it's that
Yeah.
gatekeeping feeling because basically they like true furries.
Yeah.
But like I said, it depends on the group. Which, with your friends and everything, and I think most of us can agree here, we welcome you with open arms, and it's your choice if you want to have a fursona, furry, or whatever you want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And on to what Penny was asking me of what I look like. Basically, Ghostly just released the Wildcat model set of the males. Basically, the male felines and wildcats. And me and my friend that do avatar creation decided with the wildcat, first we did Scar from the Lion King, and this I'm wearing is Simba from the Lion King. So I'm a
So we weren't far off.
wildcat. No, Reaper was actually fully right.
See?
But yes,
obvious that you was.
but yes, with some people you can be whoever you want to be, whether it's a bear, a lion, a tiger, a dog, a cat, a badger, hell, a fucking platypus, for all we care.
I mean, I agree.
What are you doing here?
I mean, I agree with you. I was just saying that a majority of the time you should just, and this is just me, you know, accept that people, whoever they want to be. Like I said, you're a lion, Passion's a devil, Jackie's a femboy, Nord's a dragon. Reaper's a demonic being. See, I didn't make a
technically,
computer
I'm a
joke
lion.
that time.
I was ready. I was ready. I was ready.
Yeah.
gearing up. He was ready to fucking wind that punch back.
But like I said,
But
I
yeah,
also agree with
technically,
you
I'm
that
a
there are going
hybrid,
to,
so
like you said, Soldier, there will be some people that will be stick true to their. I want to use the term fandom, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
No, but if that's
Oh,
the case, then you know that's their choice. You know, move on. But at the same time, then you've got people like us who are all from different genres altogether. Vista.
That didn't
Now,
last long.
now, there is something
you hear
that
that sigh of frustration.
now there is
If
something
Penny
that
doesn't show up for
just
the next podcast, if Penny doesn't show up for the next podcast, you'll know that Reaper just murdered her.
You don't know that.
Go ahead, Soldier.
But anyway, I just remembered something Passion did say a little bit earlier. Of furries do get hate. I like to go into that a bit.
Yeah, go red.
Basically,
yeah,
most
sure.
of our hatred is just because kids want to be kids. We mostly get disgraded by just rude, bullying kids. Like, 75% of people that furries have met is kids that are just rude. And with
Very
They're,
true.
they're going through that
25
rebellious stage where they have to act like an edgelord to seem like they're cool to their friends. So
Yeah, but
Hating
kids will
on-
do that with
hating on
anything.
furries.
Kids will do that with anything anyway. They find one little thing, and they'll just do it. It's kids. They're all pricks, or what's the American
Yeah.
term? Arseholes, wankers,
jerks, assholes, whatever you want to call it.
No, better degenerates. There we go.
Yeah, they'll do whatever
Yeah,
is
degenerates can be
popular
taken
on
in
the
two
internet.
ways of that.
Oh, well,
Like,
I just see it as people that
yeah.
are just rude, but
like. I think a trend
Yeah,
that's going
I
on
know.
now
Yeah.
is just people going to like stores or fast food places and just being a complete dick to the staff there.
Karen or Kevin.
No, like
Yep.
one guy. I saw one clip of someone asking for a cup of water. They gave him a cup of water. The guy throws it at the counter, saying, "Oh, I slipped out of my hand. Can I get another one?" So the guy, so they took it. They took a second. Said, "Sure, give him another water." Does the same exact thing, and then he was asked to leave.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Another one was this group of kids came into a convenience store, started trashing the front counter, saying, "Oh, look at your shit, bro," and all that crap, and like waving money around at his smartphone while recording himself. So yeah, I would assume kids like that would be part of the furry community and also give you guys a bad rep.
But
That's not necessarily true, but probably would at the same time.
I mean, again, if you do encounter those sort of people, the block button is so easy.
Yeah,
You can say something to them. You can say something to them if you want. If you can think of a very good comeback that'll scar them for life, or at least for a good couple of years, go for it, and then block them before they can even respond.
I mean, I try blocking
that's
Penny
all
all
you really
the
need to
time,
do.
but they're magical, so I can't block them.
now, back on to topic
Adrian,
of things.
Adrian, what do you
Oh, go
mean?
ahead,
You keep
Ben.
trying to block me.
Oh wow! Wow!
Haha, very funny, Penny. Take your seat back.
Adrian, how could you block me?
You just respond, okay? Take your seat.
But anyway,
I mean, another thing that kind of gives us a bad rep is certain individuals in the community for some of the stuff the shit they pull. I'm not naming any names.
Well, that and also like they can like
but this goes with really any community that some furries can be a bit cringe with it. Let's be real.
Mm.
And
You're not
Let's
wrong.
just be any
Which-
community.
that brings up more to the sayings of things. And bringing back to what I was saying, 75% are just the kids. The other 25 are people that don't understand or misunderstand us the wrong way. Because some people will think, oh, we're into this 18 plus kink of what's called bestiality, which we. And there's some people that want to accuse us of being zoophiles. And
Not
some
naming
other
any
stuff.
names. You know that one was confirmed.
There are some confirmed ones. There are some that are semi-confirmed but are actually false.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
when it comes down to it, like with any new community, be it furry or something in the future that's beyond furry or similar to it, if it's a new group, people are going to hate on it because it's different and they don't want to understand it. That's
Yeah.
pretty much the gist of it. It's new.
I mean,
people
let's
don't
be
understand it.
real though.
People fear what they don't understand. Basically, is the whole gist of it.
Pretty much. It's
Let's
like,
be real.
you know,
Let's be real though. Is that? Oh, go ahead, Jackie.
It's just like how people were upset or afraid or angry when the whole gay community came out, or LGBT community came out. People
LGBTQ
didn't
plus
like
community,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
throw in the same hatred that people have for furries. It's just they don't want it, they don't understand it, they don't want to be around it. And
Exactly. I'm not saying we're exactly like the LGBTQ plus community, but we do have similar traits to a point.
yeah, there's a lot of similarities to the hate and not wanting to understand about it.
Yeah.
Well,
and
but
you were about to say.
Well, one thing
Go
I've
ahead.
discovered is that I found that one of the causes of people like that, closer to this generation, have stemmed from having to listen to those of the previous generations. Like, one time, for example, I was standing outside of a hairdresser's waiting to get my hair cut, and there was this elderly guy next to me. He must have been about 70, 80 years old. And he started talking to me, and he started talking about all these foreigners coming over and stealing our jobs. Now, that just started making me think... Yeah, but going back to the original point, that the older generation can influence the next generation, and that cycle continues. Like, it does start to dwindle a little bit, because, things are a lot better now than they used to be a bit. It also depends who's in office of politics, but that's beside the point.
And, go ahead, Passion.
Well, I was just gonna say that, we have to acknowledge the elephant in the room that, no pun intended, but, that the 18-plus side of the furry community is a massive part of the furry community. I'd say that it's a bigger part of the furry community than it is for other fandoms that have, like, an 18-plus side to them. And it's kind of becoming kind of well-known that the furry community very heavily dabbles in 18-plus stuff.
I don't know. It's like, I think, again, that's just any community. Eventually, it's just going to get to degen stuff.
Well, okay.
There's no community that isn't clean.
Well, you guys are exactly right, and that brings up the joking term. Does everybody know what the Rule 34 is?
If it exists, Jackie's. If it exists, Jackie's jerked off to it.
If you don't know what it is, turn off the podcast.
Yes. Well, it's kind of too late for them to fucking leave because
not saying that
they just said what they said.
It's not. We're probably not the best and well-informed people about telling people what about furry is, but it's nice that the people who do listen get to hear everybody's perspective.
And again, even that side of the community, I have no problems with. It's just that I think we should acknowledge that it is a very large chunk of the furry community. Now, I know not all furries. I know that there are furries there are some furries that are completely safe for work and just enjoy like the cuteness of it or the the wildness of it.
You're talking about the wholesome beings.
Right. Yeah. There's plenty of wholesome beings.
Call it.
But to completely ignore the fact that the furry community has a massive 18+ side to it.
I think.
And again, I'd argue more than most other fandoms would be a disservice, I think.
I don't think anyone's ignoring it.
Well, that is understandable to a point on Passion's side, but as you were going to say, Jackie?
No, again, every community has this huge lewd side of it. You can't get away with it. Again, it's that saying: if there's porn, if it's a thing, there's porn of it.
That's why I said the joke was the term Rule 34. You just said it for us, Jackie.
Yeah.
I give a round of applause.
I am a genius.
But anyway.
And then I think the other main one is the Rule 62, I believe.
63, but that is a whole different side thing.
Yeah, they often do that. They often include both of those together a lot of times.
Well done, doing these
quickly. I think that one of the reasons why, as you were talking, Soldier, that the furry community gets so much hate is because the 18+ side is so massive that that's what a lot of people who don't understand furries know them for.
Yeah.
And
I would actually
That
agree with
things
that
happen.
statement.
where most other communities, I mean, yeah, like I'm not like completely ignoring what Jackie's saying about every community. Of course, every community has an 18+ side to it. That's obvious. But I would argue that because
look at the
side-
accountant over there.
former accountant, thank you.
No, that's not an accountant. That's a lawyer.
No, he's talking about me, Agent.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Soldier.
No.
Just because I wear a suit and tie does not mean I am a lawyer or accountant or anything. Thank you very much.
Episode, they were talking
Soldier,
about their family.
That wasn't the first episode.
They
Accountant?
clarified
No,
Exactly.
accountant. Accountant.
Exactly.
Oh my! You too.
I do like that.
But anyway.
But yeah, I think that's where a lot of the hate from, whether it be kids or just adults who are ignorant and don't want to learn anything, that's what they know the furry community for, is just furry porn. And
good point. Yeah.
I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't think that's right.
Mhm.
But I mean, you were just talking about some of the stuff like happened at Ferality, you know, which sounds like it was a very, like, for the most part, wholesome event, as I understand it.
It's mostly wholesome, even though you got a few people in there that do want to act lewd and do want to break the rules of getting lewd into public lobbies and whatnot.
Yeah,
that
I think.
crap happens a lot.
Yeah, I think that's what.
It happens a lot in any world that's public.
Yeah, I think that's what people don't like about the furry community, about them doing that in
there goes my
public
chair.
instances.
Well,
Passion.
we have no more chairs.
Passion.
I didn't. It was Nord. Nord grabbed the chairs from all the way over there.
Many people don't know this.
Look at the leg strength that the both of you have right now.
No, I was
I
gonna
know.
say,
We're
many people
just-
don't
we're just-
know that the more furry you are, the more you can use your mind to levitate.
Funny. But anyway,
You're very
You're a wizard, Simba.
fucking A. We are not doing that stuff. Anyway, back on to some of the things. Yes, we do get hate and everything due to the loot side and everything, but you gotta look at it in a realistic term. Basically, if of the loot side of it, if it's furry on furry, that's normal analogy of animals. Now, if it's furry on human, then that's considered bestiality, which is wrong. And then you got those people that are into some of the weird stuff. And I do not want to go into those swamp areas. We'll just call it that. But anyway, besides that, there was another thing you guys brought up, is how far back some of the furries have been. Because basically, furries of science fiction stuff of the convention of furries was actually made by historian Fred Patton back in 1980, was when it all originated. And fursuits weren't made until 1993 by Robert King, with everything. If you look on the human side of it. And yes, Penny.
What about the outfit for the Cowardly Lion from The Wizard of Oz?
That
Or the
was
mascots
a-
at Disney World.
Okay,
Or Disneyland,
mascot-
actually, I should say.
okay. Those are classified as mascots. Like, okay, for Penny's situation, it was a costume for a movie. It wasn't classified as furry or basically just a normal costume. It was just classified as a basic dress-up costume to a point.
I see where you're getting
Just-
at.
Yeah, I never
Yeah,
saw the
and
Cowardly
with-
Lion as a furry.
Where you're describing a fursuit as specifically a suit for a person who identifies as a furry.
Yeah. Like, say, if I was dressed up as a full lion like I am right now, or if Penny or Nord did the same thing, that would be a fursuit IRL. But if you're doing a costume for a movie like The Wizard of Oz, we were saying, that's just a basic costume. It's not a fursuit or anything. But there was something else that was just said, besides the Wizard of Oz costume stuff. Was it you, Passion, that said something?
Don't know.
They said Disney World characters dressing up.
Yeah,
the Disney World.
Disneyland.
Okay,
The
Goofy,
mascot thing.
Donald, Mickey, Minnie, Daisy, Goofy, all those characters. Like the
Cinderella.
NFL, it's all fucking mascots. It's
Do you
just
mind if I
mascot
add one
character.
thing?
You can, Nord, go ahead.
Now, you were also saying the thing about humans and furries. In some ways, that can be a bit of a gray area if you split it in a certain position. Like,
Good
say,
point,
like,
basically, yeah.
like a human with someone in, like, maybe something like this, which is actually be able to give, like, consent. That would be not necessarily, that'd be more like just this interspecies.
There's a certain
partially
test I'm
human.
remembering.
In a
What was the name of that?
You know what I mean?
What was the name of that
Interspecies
test?
reviewer.
That like, no. There's a test that like exists somewhere on the like. It's not like a test you take, but it's like a set of guidelines about like whether a character or a being in fiction is okay to have sexual relations with or not, and basically yes. And like there's this whole like list of criteria. I'm forgetting what the frick it's called. It's not the Is it the Harkness test? It might be the Harkness test. I think that's what it is. I think that might be what it's called.
The Furry Inquisition.
Wait, that Inquisition? That Pokemon parody thing?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Hold on, let me look.
I'm already looking up Nord. I'm already typing it in now.
Penny, I'm surprised
Thank
you're
you.
not playing playing the clip.
But
Which
anyway,
one?
besides
Harkness
all
one.
that,
I don't have that.
Ah.
Okay, the Harkness
anyway,
test
the
refers to
sign-
the
oh, go
hypothetical set of guidelines in which it would be permissible to have sexual intercourse with a fictional non-human creature.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
Yep.
Yes.
yeah.
The criteria
Which that's
are:
awesome.
does this Sorry, I'll just finish this. The criteria are: does this character have human intelligence or greater? Can it talk or otherwise communicate with language? And is it of sexual maturity for its species? List of names after. The list is named after Jack Harkness, a character from Doctor Who and Torchwood, who displays sexual attraction to species human and non-human alike in the show. One up for Doctor
Yes.
Who!
Oh, goodness.
Oh, so
But
it was
anyway,
Doctor Who that's
like we
responsible
were-
for it.
Doctor Who is
Pretty much.
a semi-bit responsive. That's basically only like 0.001% of anything of that terms. Like, say, there's a hell of a lot that can go into this.
Oh yeah.
But besides that, back on to the topic, those Disney characters and everything, and like the bulls of like NFL football or basketball or whatever, those are classified as mascot furries. Yes, they are furries, but they're mostly classified as mascots because they're part of the copyright of that compatibility of that company. Like Disney owns Mickey, Goofy, and all those others. NFL
Which, if I
owns
remember
the
correctly,
Bulls and
they're
a few others.
discontinuing Mickey as the main mascot now, aren't they?
What?
I don't know.
Yes, they are discontinuing it due to the reason that the copyright
Copyright, I believe.
Yeah, the copyright signature.
It's set to expire, I think, either at the end of this year or next year, right?
Correct. The copyright law of it is basically going to expire soon.
Basically,
So,
Mickey's going to enter the
basically,
public domain.
Yeah.
Yep.
So basically,
And when that
basically
happens, the
Mickey
shit's
will
gonna
be
hit the
no
fan.
longer Disney property. It can be whoever the fuck wants it.
Wow.
Although you will have to give Disney credit, because I think it was actually Disney who pioneered the use of like 5-fingered suits for their mascots, which obviously would then be transferred over into the fursuits.
Well,
So-
actually, to a point, yes, but mostly no, because if you take a closer look at the Disney stuff, most of everything they did was 3 to 4 finger characters. Like,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Daisy and
Yeah.
Daffy are not Daisy and Daffy. Daisy and Donald Duck, and Huey, Louie, and Dewey, and Scrooge McDuck, and a few other bird-type characters only had like 3 or 4 fingers. Same thing with Mickey, Minnie, and more other characters were 4-fingered. Now, if you look into the
Well-
things of basically like the Robin Hood movie, yes, that's where they animated the 5-finger stuff.
Well, I was more kind of referring to the fact that before then, like, they didn't even really have arms to begin with. They were just kind of like the arms were just like little just pieces of fabric that kind of hung at the sides, and the mascots couldn't move them. It was that they implemented Disney implemented like the arms like that people could actually wear with the actual suit with the hands and everything. They could use their hands. And that's not
Like I
necessarily
say, I've
talking
never been
5
to
fingers
Walt Disney,
specifically,
nor do I know much about that. So, you may be right, you may be wrong. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not
either,
assuming anything.
personally.
Does anyone else
does
have
anybody
anything?
else have? Yeah. Does
Yeah.
anybody else have any curiosity?
I do. So,
Go ahead.
Okay,
Reaper.
Agent, shoot. Oh, I forgot you were here. This is your podcast.
I know you've been
Oh,
you
no.
you guys been doing more of the talking because you guys have more of the questions. I was like, wow. So my question.
It's like even though some of us are furries, I'm the one that has the most experience apparently.
All right. So,
Oh, Agent,
bad
I'm so sorry. I just realized your mute button was in my back pocket, and I just sat down on it to unmute you.
all right. So,
Funny.
my question is, does whatever type of species you are represent, like your sexuality? Like,
Okay.
I think there was somewhere where if you were a bear, you like males, or if you were like a cat, you were more of a sub.
Speak carefully.
Okay, that is actually a good question, Reaper, and to answer it, it's sometimes yes, but sometimes no. It depends on things.
It's a bit of
Basically,
a gray area from what I understand.
yeah, basically
I
it's
thought
a
Agent
gray
share
area
randomly.
as well. Good gracious. But anyway, as I'm explaining things, it's a bit of a gray area of somewhat yes, somewhat no. Because, like, say, you can't accuse, oh, if you're a bear, you like males, this, that, and all this other shit. It depends on your feelings of things. Because, like, for example, me, yeah, I would like to dress up as a German Shepherd, my OC Maximus. But that doesn't mean I like males or only females or femboys or anything. Basically, it's just me choosing who I want to be. Which, honestly, I'm attracted either way to a point. But not fully. I'm still curious on things.
Okay.
Understandable.
So basically, I label myself as bi-curious, but in my persona way of things as well. And some other furries, yeah, it's depending how they make their OC and everything to be put in that labeling.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
And then you just got the oblivious people that just assume.
Which sometimes seems to be a lot more often than people would think, unfortunately.
2 point, yeah. Because, like, say, some models here in VRChat only have just standard stuff, like with you, Nord. I don't know if your character has the options to go into a feminine version or not. And, like, say,
Unfortunately, it does. Since this was basically avatar that I got scammed on, it had nothing at first. The only thing it's recently gotten is the Go Loco.
Mm-hmm. But
it just barely works.
But basically, that's
exactly.
an example. If you were in that version of yourself, but feminine, it doesn't change who you are or what your sexuality is.
Exactly.
Same thing with females. Sometimes they have to just wear what they get, which sometimes can't be optimized to feminine. They have to wear something that looks like a male.
Mm-hmm. It's unfortunate, but it happens.
Penny, why
Penny,
you
I know you're pointing at Jackie like you're calling them out.
I didn't say anything.
You pointed, I know.
No, Jackie wasn't paying attention.
But still,
Pay
there's
attention,
the
Jackie.
understandable state of it.
I am. We were talking about how much of a Giga Chad I am and how dominant I am, even with how I look.
Do you want someone to come out and prove you wrong?
No, no, we don't need
Look,
to.
Jackie-
It's been proven time and time again.
Jackie, we already proven that you're a baby
We've
bottom bitch
already-
boy.
Yes, we've already proven that.
That game show
Wait,
doesn't
did you just
count.
get that custom emote, Penny?
Was it a custom?
No, no, there's new ones. It's under accessibility.
Oh, shit. Learn something new every day.
But I
Oh,
hope
here's
that
a good one for
does
Jackie.
help
Oh, it is.
explain things to a point as well.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, sorry, go ahead, soldier.
But like say, yeah, it's a great point to your question, Agent. It depends on how people take it. Basically, you got your accusers or accusation ones, you got people that will question it, and then people that will just say, hey, like your mall, and just ask, hey, what's your sexuality, to a point, basically. And
Yeah,
just be okay
Some
with
that are
it.
genuinely curious, basically.
Yeah. Any other questions besides that?
Penny?
Yes, Penny.
I have two questions. One, when's lunch?
I mean,
Secondly,
we have been
how long
going
have
for
we been
over an
at
hour.
this?
Well,
Over an hour.
yeah, we've been doing this for over an hour. But you guys kept on talking,
Oh.
so...
like say, that's some things do keep going on, and there's a lot more you can ask or anything.
Alright, there's
Okay, well,
there's a
I-
lot to the
I-
fandom.
I do have one question though, and I'm being serious about this one.
Okay.
So when I ask this, Nord answers first, then Agent, then Jackie, then Passion. But on a scale of 1 to 10, how cute is Soldier's avatar?
Huh?
Hmm.
He looks very submissive and breedable.
Honestly, I'd put it on maybe like a 7 or an 8. Because it is very
Poor
cute
people on
design.
Spotify are not going to have a goddamn clue what we're talking about.
No, they're not.
Well, for all the
Hell,
listeners out there,
we could
Adrian
just
is
take a
dressed up.
photo of me
No,
and
no,
just
it's all right.
post
Well-
it as a link in
we
the
can try it.
podcast.
Well, hey, well,
You can describe.
Soldier, we are recording it for YouTube, but he also releases it on Spotify where there's no video.
Well, well, for
Yeah,
the people
so
who
we'll
aren't
just have to
listening
link
to
it. We'll just have
It's
to
fine,
link it.
it's fine.
Link the YouTube link to the Spotify.
for the people who are just in a pink pretty dress with beautiful eye makeup and is wearing a
Why are
bright
you talking about
white
yourself?
thong.
Very funny. Very
No,
funny.
they're talking about
very funny,
passion,
Jack.
not themselves.
I am being 100% accurate.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Nord is a 7.5, correct?
Yeah, I'd say it's 7.5.
Okay. Who's next on the list, Penny?
it'll be Penny.
Agent.
Wait. No, you gotta go.
Penny's not gonna give an opinion.
You're not gonna give an opinion?
Well, no, because it. No, I will give my opinion because if I gave my opinion, 10 wouldn't be enough because damn, that's hot.
Oh, I do
You're
find
definitely
myself
one who
sexy
grew up
sometimes.
watching the Lion King and got like turned on, didn't you?
I actually hate that film. I actually find it incredibly boring.
You
Oh my
did,
god.
get a bit,
It's
like,
Hamlet with lions.
Oh,
Dang,
there's
you
another
did.
topic.
Wrong.
What?
Disney films. We loved Disney films. We loved as kids.
And basically, I
Oh
do
my
want
God.
to do the same thing as Jim Carrey wanted to do. As soon as he turned 60 to 80, I'm saying, I'm 60 and I'm still sexy.
Now, come on, Agent, your
What
turn.
do you think, Agent?
4.
Oof.
Elaborate?
Well, 1, I'm not into guys. 2, I'm not into furries. And 3, I gave you a 4 because that's a nice suit.
Okay, fair. I guess Jackie's next.
Attractiveness-wise of the avatar, yeah.
Well, you gotta give a 1 to 10 scaling on cute. I guess on you, fucking sexually or whatever.
Yeah, because that's all you think about.
It's gonna be it's gonna be an 8.
I actually prefer
What-
the other one you got. What was the your main OC one?
The dog one?
Yeah, I much
The
prefer
German.
that.
Oh,
And before you
hold on.
say anything,
passion.
Penny, shut up.
No, I was going to say something different.
I can easily just turn into my German Shepherd, just don't have Go Loco. That's the only problem on this one. I still gotta fix it.
Listen,
Understandable.
and I swear to God, it's not because of that goddamn video you keep telling everyone.
Oh my fucking god.
Wait, what? Explain!
Don't
We
worry
don't
about it.
Play it. Play it.
we won't
Play it.
talk about this. Don't you fucking dare, Penny.
Excuse me a
I'm
second.
trying to save Agent's channel here. Don't you fucking
we
dare.
don't-
Excuse me a second.
we
I'll be
don't
right
have to-
back. I'll be right back.
All right.
Oh my god. Wait, what is he doing?
What the?
Hey, kitten. Want to go in the
What was
back?
that,
Have a
honey?
pepper shake?
Cricket.
Fucking god.
Assyrian Zorak.
How is it? How is
Everyone,
it that the
everyone.
most lewd?
Bad.
Everyone, sorry, Passion, sorry to interrupt. Here you go.
Hey, kitten. Want to go in the bathroom and get some pepper shake?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
okay.
since
We gotta stop
We're-
that.
we're
We gotta
going
stop
on
it.
for
We gotta
time.
stop
Oh,
it. We gotta
My
stop that.
okay, enough. Anyway,
I was just
Jackie.
doing what I was told.
Let's
Oh,
go
I
off
know,
of things
honey.
1 to 10 cuteness for your first one.
For this one, I
Agent's
would
gonna
say,
Agent's gonna have to cut so much of this episode out. Jesus.
6. I
Ace?
I like it.
And then-
I like it, but it's a very simplified. I much prefer the dog one. Shut up.
Okay. Now, besides the cuteness, yes, you were talking affectionately or sexually, whichever one you want to classify it.
This one is cute. I don't know.
Sorry
there's
to
some-
interrupt.
Mm.
Soldier, at some point in the future, I just sent you the video that Jackie keeps moaning about.
The the dog ones.
I'll take a look after the show.
I like the dog one. It's got more. There's no other way of saying it. I like the roughness of it.
You just like how
Crimson,
you just
shut
like
up.
because it looks like a Chad.
No, I don't.
Okay, anyway. Since Jackie doesn't want to answer part 2, we'll just do passion next on the cuteness rating.
There we go.
Well, I did.
I'd say about a
6.
I'd say about a 7.
Okay. So,
Anyways,
that's all the questions.
Yes.
Please end this travesty.
I got one more. I got one more.
Oh
Alright.
God.
Are we okay with the furry community? Yes or no, Nord?
I've already kind of given
Yeah.
my answer on that.
Though there's some people who are very toxic and troublemaking. Yes, I'm perfectly fine with the furry community.
Penny?
Oh, wrong button.
As I've said before, I let people be whoever they want to be. It's the same with humanity. It'll be the same with the furries. There's always going to be some minority. There'll always just be complete and utter jerks. But again, just let people be whoever they want to be. Vista.
Jackie? Are you okay with the furry community?
Well, I can't say no, can I?
Well, it's either yes or no.
I
Crimson,
can't
shut
say
up.
no.
Crimson, shut up.
The video that Penny keeps mentioning literally has 2 furries in it. Yes, I like the furry community. They're amazing people. I got friends in real life who are furries.
Okay. And
I mean, I've already stated my opinion. So
okay, Soldier, You're okay with the furry
nah,
community?
he hates furries. He hates them. He hates them with a passion.
I'm
This is just
a
His avatar.
Sorry, Soldier, you were saying?
Okay. How I feel about the furry community. Honestly, I will say yes, the furry community is okay. Yeah, you're gonna have your cringe moments and people that are toxic and whatnot. But still, it's a good community if you want to try something different.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always nice to put your toe into it, you know? Give it a little go.
Okay.
There's no problem
before
in
we-
just testing waters.
Crimson wanted me to let you know, Jackie. You've put more than your toe in it, honey.
So, okay, quick, very, 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 very quickly, because we are running way over time. If someone was interested in getting into the furry community, how would they go about it?
Bend
We can
over.
very briefly touch on that. Fucking Christ.
I think it's already been done a few times already.
Okay.
I'll take it.
I always had perfect timing, didn't I?
Okay.
God damn it. Jackie's hiding now.
Since Passion has this quick question and we're running out of time and everything, I will answer this quick and briefly. First, you gotta see if you like it or not. If you do like it, congratulations, you can go more into it. If not, then whoop de fucking do. But if you do enjoy it, basically, you can start out small with just basically thinking of an idea of an avatar and whatnot. Then next after, you got 2 options, which is, do you want to do it easy and just a starter as VRChat, or do you want to go difficult and more complex with IRL stuff? With VRChat, you got simple avatars ranging from 20 all the way $60. And basically you got people that are just willing to do commissions as well. And then with pursuits, basically you can work on it yourself, or basically you can commission someone, which I will be saying it's a hefty price because you're looking at $3,000 to $6,000.
That reminds me, yeah, don't piss off a furry.
complexity.
That does remind me of a quote. Don't miss off a furry because if they can afford a $3,000 fursuit, they can definitely afford a pipe bomb in your mailbox.
No, no, we are not
you
doing
saying that
Russian
from
Badger
experience?
quotes.
Absolutely not.
We are not quoting Russian Badger, alright? That's the one thing I love, but jokingly have a problem with.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just him being scared of the furry community because someone dressed up in fursuit and fucking robbed a grocery store. Or
Oh, is that
supermarket
what
or
happened? Oh,
Wait,
see, I
that's
didn't...
Something like that.
happened?
Yeah, I didn't even know
Yeah,
that.
apparently
I thought
Russian
you-
Badger was scared because somebody dressed up in a fursuit and went somewhere and robbed something. I can't fucking fully remember the episode.
Damn, I didn't know that was the backstory of that.
That's just about as weird as just seeing a video of a guy going into a store, a guy walking up to him and stabbing him in the ass with a knife and then running away.
Hey, we did not talk about Markiplier and the crazed butt stabber.
No, there's actual video, proper video.
I know.
Wait,
I'm just
Markiplier got
like,
stabbed in the
why?
ass?
No, he didn't get
No.
stabbed in the ass. Just in a video game he was playing, the enemy that kept attacking him kept stabbing him in the ass, and that's why they
The
were
crazy
tiled the
butt
name.
stabber.
Yeah. Besides that, I hope that quickly answers the question of what it takes to become a furry in the furry community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should have ended it
More
on Markiplier
questions, we
getting
can
stabbed in the
message
back.
me.
Oh, you know what? I never gave my opinion about the furry community. Yeah, I'm okay with the furry community. A lot of them are very fun to hang out with and are just pretty chill. I haven't ran across any troublemakers or anyone that's like over the top lewd and stuff like that. So I'm okay with the furry community.
Really, you don't think I'm
Everybody's
over the top?
You're actually basic. You're actually pretty basic.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
oh,
Jackie's go get it from Penny.
regular show.
Victory dance.
Remember, Jackie, Penny has that video in her arsenal that she can use against you at any time. now you fucking regret your decision.
Agent, I do thank you for letting me be on your show for talking everything to you guys about this.
Yeah, this is great.
It's a pleasure hearing your thoughts on the subject too.
Alright, so that's all the time that we have. We did run longer than what we usually do, but this was very insightful, very informative. Hopefully it was informative to all of you. If Penny can get out of my way so I can close out the show.
Meow.
Goddamn pony. Anyway, thank you for joining us. If you're watching this on YouTube at the VR Talk Show Podcast, please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. So you can see more stuff of this, of what looks like Jackie just skull fucking Penny.
Speed jerking. Oh no, it looks like Jackie's like speed jerking.
Honey child, you better be careful. That one will get you quicker than. Oh my! I don't even want to discuss
I'll
it.
see you all there.
If you're listening to this on
Everyone get on the
Spotify,
bus!
if you're listening to us on Spotify, thank you for listening. If you do have the chance to watch this on YouTube, please do, so that way you can see what you've been missing out on. And from
It's wackier on YouTube.
It is whack. You're on YouTube. Especially when you're trying to see Jackie trying to be dominant T-posing.
Helicopter.
I have
Hey, Jackie's got handcuffs on his wrist.
Yes, so I can arrest all the naughty people.
Yeah,
Alright.
okay, sure.
Anyway, have a good night, everyone.
Is that right, honey child?
Bye.
Asian, quick, end it. Asian, end it quickly.
Asian?
No, he's saying Asian. All right, goodbye, everyone.
Bye. Bye. Have a good time.
Helicopter.
How did it end like this?
You know,
Well, you let it. You let it.
Just
Dude. You let it because you dress up as a cute femboy. That's
Asian.
why.
Agent, I have a podcast. I have a podcast topic for next time.
What?
How you put up with all of us?
Right. Yeah.
We'll be right back.